Bahubali, actually, we did Telugu and Tamil. Uh, so Tamil, I was born in Chennai, so it was not so tough. Hyderabad, yes, we speak. I can read and write Hindi, but at home we don't speak. So Saho was a little tough. Then now Radhe Shyam much better. For Adipurush, I think much better. So the only thing problem is like comic scenes or emotion scenes when they say like, okay, Hindi ho gaya now, Telugu. Then like we look at the director, all the actors like, really should we do this is enough? We can maybe man. Can you manage in one language? And it's like no, we'll do it. So it's a little tough, but it's fun. We got an opportunity to in so many languages. So yeah, we have more experience because I've been there in the industry for 20 years. Anyway, before the film release, one day I'm anyway stressed, but now I'm okay. You should ask Radha because so many times we went to Italy, cancelled because of COVID, then Georgia. We thought like we'll finish the schedule and come back. It stopped again, came back again. We shoot in Hyderabad some scenes. So I think it's Radha's question.
Actually, at one point of time, we stopped thinking about it.
Release.
We were just concentrating.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever the opportunity we got to shoot, because we shot in like almost like 3 countries. Like songs we shot in Austria, certain part of scenes we shot in Georgia, and in Italy, in many places we shot and everything. So it's a vintage film, and everything has to be recreated. And starting from the cars on the road and everything, we have to block it like 3-4 days before and everything. So it took most of the time, our energies and everything into that. So we never thought about it. Like whenever a release date is announced or anything, we were quite excited about the date. And now also I'm excited about it. So surely we are going to come this time.
It would have been for the director. It would have been very tough because he's very excited. He worked really hard, and so many times they postponed shooting. And the shooting like we really planned in Georgia for 40 days, and Italy something like that. So whenever it stopped, he used to get a little worried. But we said it's okay, it's okay. The whole world is stopped. We can't do anything. So now I think he's the most exciting.
Difference between like sitting at a beach and watching a picture of the beach, because like the expanse of the film, the images that they've shot, like we've shot, it's so beautiful. It's like every picture, every frame is like a painting, in its own way. And you have to experience it in a theater with Dolby Atmos surround sound, and listen to the sounds of the ocean rather than and be there. Like it's more of that kind of an experience. Like the ship episode, if you've seen in the trailer, to watch it in a theater will be a different experience as compared to to watching it on your TV, on your TV screen. So kudos to the producers, for holding on to the film for so long and believing in it enough to like, let it make it to the theater.
Hi, Aditi from E Times. So, people often say romance explored in South films is at times over the top, and when it comes to Bollywood, it's a little unrealistic, yet subtle. But, with the trailer, one can say that Radhe Shyam, it looks all in all dreamy and magical. So, on that note, how do you look at the evolution of romance in Indian cinema? Anybody?
See, there's good cinema and bad cinema.
Yeah.
It's not like over the top. Or if we like something and we feel it like that's very natural or whatever it is, we'll buy it. And sometimes, like you said, it's more plastic, and nowadays maybe some films might be fabricated and everything. So like you can just say the good cinema and bad cinema, and whenever you come across a good cinema, you like it.
Yeah, and like evolution, I really don't know about that, because I kind of love the romantic, poetic way of also showing a love story. Like to me, Madhuri reaching out for her ghungru while waiting for Devdas, to enter her thing, and then just the shot of the ghungru, and everything is romanticized in Devdas, and that's what I grew up watching and being like, hi, like this is like a other level of, as a girl personally speaking, who loves rom-coms. But you have to tell a story. Firstly, that's the main thing. You want to tell the story, and then you have to take an artistic choice of whether do you want to tell the story as real as possible, or do you want to fantasize and make the story into a beautiful, like it's Radha Sir's version of these two lovers in Italy. You know, it's not, we could have gone, you know, when we discussed my costumes and my look in the film, I had one approach, I don't know if you remember, so I can't give out too much details, but I had one approach to how the girl should dress. And Radha sir said, no, she's a, like, she's, we are fantasizing, you know, it's poetry. You want to see her like a doll, like that's, so it's his version of the love story.
Let me start. I want to share something. Like down south in Hyderabad or anywhere, the name Prabhas itself is like sounds something else. And when you get an opportunity to work with them, it's very surrealistic and like it takes time for you to believe it first of all. And coming back to the question like she asked, it's a tough task because people like being his fans or whatever, a shot of his foot creates massive response in the theater. To simplify that and to show that would definitely be a tough task, and that was an exciting experience. And he chose to be like that, like simplest version of an image he has.
Asking that, what was your approach when you approached these two actors for your script while directing, and what was their approach while they were signing the script?
After Bahubali, I came to know through my producers that Prabhas sir wants to do a love story, and around that time I was writing a love story, and I got the opportunity to narrate to him, and he liked it, and it took off. And coming back to Pooja, like we had lot of discussion because this is not just a heroine role. Like we tried to narrate a philosophy through a character, and a lot of discussions have happened and everything. And finally, like we both decided that okay, she looks like a princess for me, and so like that Cinderella kind of image into the movie and everything and whatever she played on screen, like after the release, I think it'll be better if I talk more about it.
So me, yeah, okay. So I never showed my hand to anyone, and the story is going so good, and I'm like, how can I do this film? But I'm liking the story and the way it is going, and the interval. I thought like, wow, it's so good. But I never believed in palmistry, or I never showed. So what should I do? I thought like, okay, I'll listen and tell him that. See, I know it's very good, but I can't do. So when the story is going, and I like after the second, I'm like, wow, this is really good. I think I should do this film. So and I told him that, and it's very interesting the way it goes, the story, the twists and the climax and all. I feel like it's very good, and the ship episode, the visuals, the designing by the director, the sound designing by Rasul sir, Taman, Sanchit. I think it's very good. I feel.
I mean, when Radha sir narrated the film to me, I was just like this. And then, you know, at the end of this thing, I said, amazing. Like, because I think he had so well thought of every single shot. Like, you know, these little moments also had not, like, if you see the song Iratale, the
Iratale.
yeah, Iratale. Like the little montages were so beautiful, you know, in the where if you noticed, I would be writing on a wall, then he comes, he adds to that, and you know, by the end of it, like we're meeting, we're talking, but we're not really meeting, and all of these things. And I think I got so excited with my character per se because it had so much scope for me to have fun with, you know, to do something new, to show people something. You know, that excites you as an actor, like some new aspect of your life. And I love coming to set excited and playing different roles, and to get this opportunity in a commercial film is something that has been you know, I was looking forward to. Personally, I love rom-coms, like I said, but this was more a serious, more matured love story. So the way I prepared, I mean, we discussed my character a lot, Radha sir and I. We sat down, we spoke about her. I understood what he's seeing Prerna as, and I told him what I see Prerna as, and somewhere we came together and made the Prerna you see today. I read a lot of books because, I mean, I can't say again what I'm about the film, but to reach that mental state, I had to read a lot of books about to kind of draw inspiration from other people's life to play Prerna, which you all will understand like soon. But yeah.
So Pooja, in your earlier conversation, you had shared that you do some films as a fan and some films as an actor.
Of course, yeah.
So, how necessary is it to, enjoy that balance and, put yourself out there that way?
I mean, there's some films I do like as a fan. Like I said, when I spoke about this was Rohit Shetty's film Circus. Like when he called me, I was like, "So let's do it," because like my dad loves his films. You're making films for different audiences also. Maybe I may like to watch a Razi or I would love to play, something like that. But there are different audiences. So my dad loves Rohit sir's films, and I do it because my dad's gonna be so excited to see me in that world. So when I go there, I play it like this is the world now. So I'm having fun with my characters, whether it was with Most Eligible where I'm playing a stand-up comedian, So I'm like I said, I still feel I'm very like a baby in this industry. I'm still learning. I still have so many more roles that I want to play, and that keeps me excited. That keeps me like, okay, let's get up in the morning and go to set.
So you picked up Radhe Shyam as an actor or as a fan?
I picked up Radhe Shyam one as the story. The script was like amazing, but also as that little kida in me as an actor is like, okay, amazing. I get to portray this, and of course Prabhas was in the film, so it was like it was ticking like all the boxes. And it's a gut thing, I guess. Also, my gut is involved in selecting films.
One question is to you, since Pooja also mentioned the press conference that you seem to be very shy person, right? So how was it on the set? I want to know the behind the scenes because the things on the picture we'll see in the theater, but I want to know the on-set masti which was going on.
Yeah, it was Masti also, but every schedule we had gap because of COVID. So like when Masti started, shooting stopped. So it was on and off. So it was fun. It was nice.
Did you have to read something or make any changes mentally to get into the character?
No, did I? No.
Lot of discussions have happened.
Yeah,
like
discussions
continuously,
definitely.
Like we discussed like for months and months we were discussing about the character
Yeah.
and the story. So yeah, like
And the thing which Pooja was saying, that cartoon thing, that was we were discussing about songs why we came from Mumbai and all. We like everybody were sitting from like month we discussed for all the songs. So Radha gave that idea about that cartoon and like this is amazing. We should put this. And we did a great job, I feel,
Yeah.
for the film. Yes, and that the cartoon idea is by Radha.
Prabhas and Pooja, I want to talk about. So Radhe Shyam's sound director, Resu Kupati, he just talked about how stark of a difference he feels there is between actors in the north and actors in the south in terms of like mannerisms, behavior, pan-India appeals and all of that. Do you both personally have like what are your personal opinions on this? Do you think there's any difference between the two?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like every actor is the same. It's just the exposure, different languages, different countries. Even if you go to Africa, I think it's the same. I don't think so. It's the same situation and the same problem, same fight everyone should have, I think. I don't.
Pushpa is one of the most talked about. Wait, 1 second. Sorry.
You mean like the actors or the films?
The actors.
Like the actors.
Yeah.
Is there any difference? I mean,
I'm going off of what like he said in this.
I really don't know. I don't think so. I mean, we've all been raised differently, so that just plays in our the way we've been raised. The films we watch, how we behave is very, depending on the place. But people are people everywhere. I get along with people in both industries, and it's. I don't think so much. I think what he said was true. Anywhere in the world also there'll be different people. When they come together, you kind of gel and hopefully work together well.
Prabhas, Pushpa is one of the most talked about films in recent times, and it is said that it has brought South and Bollywood together. But a lot of people have forgotten that you were the one who opened the doors for both the industries, with Bahubali especially. What are your thoughts on this?
Actually, Rajamouli Bahubali did that thing, but Pushpa was. See, now it's like again every day it's an experiment. Not only for Telugu, Kannada, KGF, tomorrow Bollywood, like Tamil, Bengali film. We don't know. It can open anywhere. So Pushpa is another good sign to say that like we are becoming one. Like all language, Indian cinema is becoming one. As I told you, like we have so many languages, so many industries. and only we have so many different, and which is good in a way. But for the film, it's one business, and anyone can make any film, great film. It doesn't need to be a Bahubali, great visuals. Can be a small film, small love story, good film. Let us all watch. It's good.
Also, there's a big change that now actors are known as not as South actors or Bollywood actors, they're known as Indian actors.
Yeah.
How do you see this change as well?
It's
Have you
very beautiful.
made-
In China, we'll say Chinese people, or in Hollywood, we'll say US people. We only like South Indian, North Indian. What is this? We are Indians. There's nothing like that. We have a different many films, like Tamil is big, Telugu is big, Malayalam, different, like Bengali, Punjabi. We have different films. We are used to like that. But it's time now. We are evolved. We all Indians want to watch all good films.
Thank
crossover
God for
thing,
that.
actually, see, it was not like, if you take Maine Pyar Kiya, I played almost for a year in South.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
my grandfather was fan of Salman. He said, "Ye hai hero." In Telugu, he doesn't know Hindi. He ran Telugu, yeah, 175 days, and he took me twice, I think, Maine Pyar Kiya, and I also liked him. He looks very good, and he's like, he's